Good morning. Today we witness one of the most awe-inspiring spectacles on Earth, the great migration of wildebeest across the Serengeti Mara ecosystem. Often called the greatest show on Earth, this annual journey involves over 1.5 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, moving in a relentless circular quest for fresh grass and water. In the next 20 minutes, we'll follow their path across Tanzania and Kenya, explore the incredible challenges they face, from river crossings to predators, and understand why this migration is not just a wildlife phenomenon, but the very heartbeat of an entire ecosystem. The Great Migration is the largest overland mammal migration on the planet. At its core are 1.5 to 2 million blue wildebeest, Connochetes tyrrhinus, joined by 500,000 zebras and 200,000 Thomson's gazelles. Together, they form a moving mega-herd that can stretch for dozens of kilometers across the plains. Unlike migrations driven by seasons alone, this is a continuous year-round cycle dictated by rainfall and the growth of nutrient-rich grasses. There is no true start or end, only an endless loop of movement, birth, death, and renewal. Let's follow the herds through their annual cycle. January-March, Southern Serengeti. The herds gather on the short grass plains of the Southern Serengeti and Ngorongoro Conservation Area. This is calving season. Over 500,000 wildebeest calves are born in just a few weeks, creating a brief window of abundance that attracts lions, hyenas, and cheetahs. April-May, West and Central Serengeti. As the rains end and grasses dry, the herds begin moving north and west. This is the most dispersed phase, with groups navigating woodlands and river valleys. June-July, Grumeti River, Western Serengeti. The herds face their first major obstacle, the Grumeti River, home to massive Nile crocodiles. Crossing here is chaotic and deadly, but essential. August-October, Maasai Mara, Kenya. The herds cross into Kenya's Maasai Mara, where they confront the Mara River, the migration's most iconic and perilous crossing. Thousands gather on the banks, hesitating, before surging across in a dramatic, dust-choked rush. November-December, return south. With the short rains returning to Tanzania, the herds begin their journey back south, completing the circle. For decades, scientists believed wildebeest simply followed the rains. But recent research using GPS tracking reveals a more complex truth. They follow the green wave of new grass growth, which is triggered by rain but lags behind it by days or weeks. Wildebeest seem to possess an innate memory of the landscape, passed down through generations. They don't just react to current conditions, they anticipate where the best grazing will be. This migration is also a survival strategy. By constantly moving, they avoid overgrazing, reduce parasite loads, and minimize predation risk through sheer numbers, a phenomenon known as the predator swamping effect during calving season. The Mara River crossings are the migration's most photographed and most dangerous moments. Crocodiles lie in wait, lions patrol the banks, and panicked wildebeest often trample each other in the chaos. Yet these crossings are essential. The northern Mara offers the most nutritious grasses of the year, rich in protein and minerals needed for lactation and growth. Not all wildebeest cross. Some remain in the Serengeti year-round. But those that do undertake the journey gain access to critical resources that sustain the population through the dry season. It's estimated that over 250,000 wildebeest die each year from exhaustion, drowning, or predation. Yet the migration continues, driven by an ancient rhythm written into their DNA. The Great Migration is not just about wildebeest. It's the engine that drives the entire Serengeti Mara ecosystem. Their grazing stimulates new plant growth and prevents bush encroachment. Their dung fertilizes the soil and supports insect populations. Their carcasses feed scavengers like vultures and hyenas. Their presence sustains predator populations, from lions to eagles. Without the migration, the Serengeti would become a far less biodiverse and resilient landscape. It is a perfect example of how one species' movement can shape an entire continent's ecology. Despite its grandeur, the migration faces serious threats. Habitat fragmentation from roads, fences, and agriculture. Climate change, altering rainfall patterns and grass growth. Proposed infrastructure projects like the Serengeti Highway, which could block migration routes. Conservation efforts led by governments, NGOs, and local Maasai communities focus on protecting corridors, promoting sustainable tourism, and using science to guide policy. The migration is not just a natural wonder, it's a barometer of our commitment to wild spaces. The Great Migration is more than a wildlife spectacle. It is a testament to resilience, instinct, and the interconnectedness of life. In a world of borders and barriers, these animals remind us of a time when movement was free, and survival depended on following the rhythm of the earth. As conservationist George Schaller once said, "The migration is the soul of the Serengeti. To protect it is to protect one of the last great expressions of wildness on our planet." Thank you.